Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello. My name is Richard F. Yates. You probably already know that because you're probably either me or someone related to me. But if you're not, then that's who I am. I am sitting on a side street near the school where I have to pick up my granddaughter in about an hour. And I'm sitting on a side street because they've blocked off that street for parking, and I don't know why. They just knew I was coming. They thought, hey, you know what I should do? Should make it difficult for him. It's better if things are difficult for him. So it's been a weird year already, and it's only like the 14th or something. So uh I think it's a positive so far. Still haven't had any booze. That's good, right? Are we good? Yeah. I've never actually explained what the purpose of this black and white sort of chat thing is, and it's partially just to clear my own head. I feel better after I've had a chance to kind of unload a little. And I do a lot of arty stuff, but I don't really do a lot of talking. I'm not around adults very often. I'm around babies and little kids and things like that a lot, but. And I thought I'd maybe take the time today to talk a little bit about how my arty stuff is progressing. This year I've been trying to be better. So less sugar, no soda, no booze, I'm trying to health up a little. And hanging out with the little kids. I got Felicity pick her up a couple days a week, and a couple days a week I'm over with my other grandson. So I have a grandson and a granddaughter, and I'm spending time with them. Hopefully developing them into people who will be able to do fun things in the world and try to enjoy their existence instead of just living LIVIN. And I went and visited my grandma and my uncle today, and they were doing pretty good. Trying to keep in contact with all the peeps. That's a slang term for people. And I'm got to spend time with the peeps while they're still around, because you never know. So I just found out one of my, I guess he'd be a second cousin or something, keeled over on us this morning, which was kind of out of nowhere. He was fine a month and a half or 2 months ago, and then all of a sudden they said, I don't think you're going to make it, and then he didn't. So see you later, Sandy. Maybe next time we'll get to party more. But yeah, so there's something about just keeping in contact, keep in touch with the peeps, because you never know when they're going to be taking that final train ride, if you know what I mean. I don't know what I mean. Anyway, so kind of cold, kind of dreary in the Pacific Northwest. Not officially raining, which is good. Look at a big line of giant trees that here. Look, take a look at these. These are kind of cool. Yeah, that's what it's like around here. Wooded. During the summertime, those would all be covered in leaves, but it's the wintertime, so it's all sticks and looks like bone fingers. But it's kind of cool looking, actually. I like it. Maybe I'll get a photo before I leave, and then I'll share that to humans and say, look at this artistic thing. So I've been drawing a lot lately, a ton, like a lot, like 15, 20 drawings a day sometimes, but I'm not sharing any of them for some reason. Barely even doing my Neo-Cities. I've only been doing that every 2 or 3 days, maybe 3 or 4 days a week, which at one point I was doing them one a day. Hardly sharing any art on any of the social social platforms that I'm on, but just I don't know, the economics of it are very slim lately. Since I quit Twitter when it was taken over by Elon Musk, I basically just torpedoed any art career that I had. I mean, at one point I made close to $15,000 in 1 year, and then from art, which it's kind of hard to believe, but it's what happened. And then one day it all went away. That's okay. I don't make the art for the money. I make the art because I make the art. If the money shows up afterwards, that's the money's fault, not mine. I know my wife would rather that I probably spend more time trying to make some money. But now my focus is on making sure our 2 little grandkids grow up to be big grandkids and happy, healthy, well-adjusted human beings that can negotiate their way through society. And society is a freaky place, so I don't know. I got the first one to do some artsy stuff when she was little, but now she's a 5-year-old, gonna be 6 pretty soon. She's all, I don't know, all adulted on me or something. She's grown up and doesn't like Grandpa anymore because I'm a freaky old weirdo. I think she still likes me, but she's definitely diverged in her interests. Now her interests are like YouTube videos and Barbie dolls and LOL dolls and lots of dolls. And I'm more of a felt pen and oil pastel kind of guy, which one could argue I should diversify. Maybe I need to get into LOL dolls or something. I just don't think it's my speed. So that's why I'm kind of interested to see if there's a difference in the new kid, the new Riot, who is a male child. And I don't necessarily think being a male child or a female child, neither one is a good or a bad thing. But there's a chance he may have more interests that I would share. Because I'm not a big doll guy. Not much into making tea and having tea parties. I try, but I'm not very good at it. But I'll watch the heck out of a Godzilla movie, if you know what I mean. So maybe someday we can do some Godzilla watching together, if he's into that. So I like monsters and spaceships and all that other stupid stuff that little boys in the 70s liked. Science and computers and things. Not very good at computers, but I like them. Well, I can ramble, can't I? It's 7 minutes. I'm already 7 minutes in, and I don't think I've said anything yet. Oh, I did. I mentioned Sandy dying, and I mentioned trying to spend time with Peeps, and I mentioned that I've been doing a lot of art lately. And art, when you're nervous and freaked out, like I have been the last 40 years or so, art can really be therapeutic. And I don't mean that in the silly hippie wow wow way. I honestly feel better when I'm drawing. I mean, when we were at the hospital not too long ago and Mariah was having a procedure, I'm phobic about medical crap. I'm just absolutely terrified of it. So I had to just sit and draw the whole time we were there because otherwise I would have freaked out. And I still freaked out, but I freaked out in a much more calm way. Thanks to felt pens and gel pens and notebooks and stuff. And this morning when I was over visiting the grandson, who is he'll be 1 coming up here in March, I believe. We were using these beeswax beeswax crayons that Mariah, my wife, Grandma Mariah, found for him for Christmas. And they're pretty good. They have good pigment. They smell good. They're kind of a sticky feel, but it's beeswax. It's supposed to be sticky, right? It's cool. I like the color, and he chewed on them a little bit, but not too much. And as far as I know, they're not toxic, so that's good. Back in the old days when you had oil paints and stuff, they literally killed people. I mean, Paul Klee died because of his art. He was poisoned to death by the materials he was using to paint his pictures, and that's sick and wrong. I mean, it's one thing to put your life into your work. It's another to end your life because of your work. That's the other thing. I don't think of it as work. I know that the money's not the important thing. The work isn't the important thing. It's what I do. And a lot of people are like, oh, I work to make money, and then I use that money to blah, 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 blah. I used to work. I mean, I worked a million years at record stores and DJing and all that other fun stuff. But it wasn't the enjoyable part. The enjoyable part was the drawing and then the hanging out with people and listening to music. So now that I'm old and infirm and broken down, now I just draw and I listen to music, and I drink coffee, and I hang out with people. We cool? You got it? Okay. That's 10 minutes. Sorry if this is a long ramble, but you know what? Sometimes you just gotta ramble, and maybe nobody will watch it, and that's fine too. But if you had fun, take a look at my Cities, which is where I do like 3 or 4 times a week at least. Put up art and notebook stuff and memes that I've stolen and all kinds of fun stuff. That's kind of my main expression lately. Okay? All right. Thanks for stopping by. We'll talk at you.